Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kunesta's Diaries and we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Like and share this video because this is a very informative video. On this video, we'll be discussing and be comparing the nursing salary structure in the UK and that in Germany. On this video, we have a nurse who works in the emergency unit on both sides and also just has a few years of experience in these countries. So their salary structures or their salary is about the same thing. So I implore you to watch this video all through to the end because we'll be comparing the additional pay she gets for doing night shifts, the additional pay she gets for doing holiday shifts and weekend shifts. This is a big deal as it affects how much comes out in the end. And also, don't forget that the taxing rate on these two countries are really different. This nurse also has to make additional payments for health insurance and some other insurances in these different countries. So this is the video you have always looked out for, and today you're going to enjoy. This video was done with Nanelle Giselda some months back, and I felt like, why haven't I shared it with you guys? So let's go.
Who do you think is gonna win?
A part of me feels like the UK is gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that is me kind of giving up just in case if I win, so I kind of feel really happy. So.
Let's see. So first of all, let's talk about your rank. The pay slip that you are showing us today, what rank were you? Or what rank are you? I hope you are not comparing a most seniorness because this one
No.
because this one I have is not a most seniorness, is a regular band 5 with just a few years of experience.
Okay.
So
in Germany, we don't really have a lot of ranking. So it's basically a pool of nurses, and then a few people out of that pool choose to do like a post-basic training, and then yeah.
In the UK, the nursing levels or the ranks are in bands, okay? So we have from band 1 to band 9. But if you're straight from school, diploma or degree, you start at band 5, okay? And then you work your way to the top with promotions, and then you furthering your education, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And so this person that I am representing today, he works at the A&E in the UK, somewhere in London, and this person is band 5. Okay, obviously for A&E nurses, they see patients, they triage, they handle accidents and emergencies. What do you do?
Okay, so I currently work at the A&E. Even though I don't have a post-basic training in A&E, I work at the A&E as a heart nurse. And just the same thing, meeting patients, treating patients in acute situations. Yeah, basically all of that. I'm doing a lot of assistings for procedures that has to be done in emergency situations. So
wow, so it's the same departments there. Let's talk about your hourly rates in Germany. Person's hourly rate is 14.9. What is your hourly rate for the rate?
Funny enough, we don't have an hourly rate. We're not paid per hour.
Huh?
We are not paid per hour.
Hey, this is strange. How are you paid then?
We have like a fixed amount you're paid. You'll show your salary, and yeah, you're paid that amount. If you want to be paid per hour, then you have to get employed probably by an agency.
Wow, I thought all Western countries pay per hour. Is it a thing in Germany, or all professions, all jobs, you don't get paid per hour?
I think some other jobs could pay per hour. If you want to calculate your per hour, your hourly rate, you're free to do all the breakdowns if you want. But if you're working, like I said, if you're working with an agency, agencies always pay per hour. So whether you're working in a nursing agency or you're in engineering, you're working under an agency, all agencies pay per hour. But if you're working like with a firm.
And what will be the average agency rate per hour for nurses in Germany?
Ooh. So they could pay somewhere between 30 to 40 euros the hour.
But for a permanent job, you're not paid per hour. That means video is going to be really, really short. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I like the dynamic. Like, this is not, I'm sure people did not expect this. So this is really wow. So how many hours do you work in Germany per week?
You at work for about 40 hours a week, but then it's calculated as at 37.5 because your breaks are not paid. Okay. So yeah.
So you go for like 12-hour shifts and then you have like 2 hours break unpaid?
No, we go for 8-hour shifts and go and have a 30-minute break unpaid.
Every shift is 8 hours and then you have. So that means how many days a week do you work?
Let's just say 5 days. But we are nurses, so it could move here and there, but 5 days.
Okay, so in the NHS, it's usually 37.5 hours as well, and the breaks are not paid. So in
Yeah.
Germany as well, the breaks are not paid.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And because you are not paid per hour, are you able to work overtime? Let's say you're off duty and then your hospital needs you to come because you're short. Can they call you and will you still be paid the same amount at the end of the month?
Okay, when it comes to overtime, they're actually not supposed to call you. It's illegal for them to call you back to work when you've closed.
I'm learning a lot today.
They should not call you back.
Overtime is illegal in Germany.
It's not 100% illegal. It's not like it's an illegal problem. It's like it's illegal. But your employer should not call you back. You should choose if you want to stay back and help out. If you don't want to stay back, even if the earth is exploding, you go home.
So
And it's
if
not
I
going to
choose to stay, will I be paid extra?
Yeah, and that's what the dynamic is. So because you choose to stay, your employer can also say we are really not willing to pay that. And the truth is, okay, this is the truth. When you stay overtime, it is actually it's more encouraged not to get it paid, because when you get it paid, you don't really get like you don't get extra money on that, and it gets taxed, and in the end you really don't get so much out of it. So in many cases, you're usually advised to take a day off instead of getting it paid into monetary. Only few people want to get it paid, and if you get it paid, many people regret it. You rather go home and stay home for the week for all your extra hours instead of getting it paid.
So it's like you're not motivated to pick overtime.
Yeah, there's no motivation to do that.
Wow. Okay. So with this payslip that I'm comparing, the person did about 162.95 hours in that pay period, and then at a rate of 14.9, and the total was 2,431. And guys, if you watched my comparison video, UK versus Ireland, I explained how the UK overtime works. Okay, if you're doing a weekend, you get paid 30% of the hours that you worked, multiplied by your basic rate, extra on top of what you got paid for the normal basic. Let's say you did 162 hours in the entire month. You'll be paid for that, all 162 multiplied by your hourly rate, okay? And then out of that 160 whatever hours that you did, they will take out the hours from that were night. And then pay you that extra 30% for those hours. Yep. And then if there was bank holidays as well, or a Sunday as well, that is 60% of the hours. And then so this person did a couple of night shifts, Saturday enhancements, Sunday enhancements, and then even with inner London enhancement, because the person is in inner London and London is considered a high cost area. This person had a total gross of 3,618.13 pounds. But you know the pound is heavier than the euro. So let's see.
By how much? How much? Okay. Yeah.
So what was your gross?
So there's basic salary. My basic salary is 3,550 euros. Basic. Now there's the we call them Zulager, which means like the additions on top. So you get I get for infection, I get for
How much do you get paid for infection?
46 euros. There's the addition, just because I'm a nurse, there's an addition for that, which is 200 euros on that. Then there is for working shifts, because you work shift, there's an addition on that. There is one for being sick. I think I was sick at some point. Yeah, because I'm noticing it right there. There is one for working night duties, and there's one for working on Sundays and weekends. So there's all of that. And by the time I added all of that together, the basic pay plus my basic additions are 3,795.
Okay.
And then when you add all of these shifts, additions, and every other thing, because these ones are variable, because it depends on if you did those shifts and if you work nights.
Okay.
So if you add all of that, that one is 424.
Wow.
So that's the brutal.
So your gross is 4,219 euro. Let's convert and see, because there's no way Germany is beating UK. 4,000. Don't be too happy. Have we taken tax?
It's something.
And our gross was 3,263. And this is 2023. This is A and E. This is 20. Yours is also 2023, and it's A and
Yes.
E.
Yes.
Good. Okay. The deductions. The deductions, and this
Okay.
person deducted payee. That's the pay as you earn, and that's 437.60. NI £368.25. NHS pension £347.67. Pension arrears £6.91. In total, the person's deductions were £1,160.43. How much from your €4,219 were you deducted?
We have the tax. The tax is €534.50, and then we have the Krankenversicherung, insurance, the health insurance. I'm sorry, the health
Guys, we started
insurance.
speaking Germany here. We need a translator. Okay.
So the health insurance is €319.58. So, and then there is retirement, and that's €366.93. Then there is the Arbeitslosversicherung. That means unemployment donations or benefits. Because in Germany, if you lose your job, you can apply to keep getting paid for the next few years until you get your job back.
So you pay towards that.
Yeah, so you pay kind of towards that in advance, and that is every month €551.29. And then there is the Pflegeversicherung, which is part of your what they call that? It's part of the pension, but this is for healthcare. Pflege means care, healthcare. So, and that one sums up to €73.98.
The total is €1,346.28. So let's subtract from your 4,219.
Oh, my chest. This is the hard part.
Drum roll, guys, for the dollar. So that's around. And this person's take home after the deductions was 2,457. So, guys, the difference between UK and Germany is less than £100. So, honestly, in my opinion, for you to go to a country, now that you're going to learn Lavish Chris, or all that she was saying, now that you're going to learn a new language, honestly, I think for £100 difference, I think you should stay in the UK. I think you should stay in the UK. But
I'm
how?
not 100% that, because, like, if you're already in Germany, I don't think moving over because of £100 could work. It's not making sense.
Yeah,
it's not making sense.
Okay, but what is the cost of living like? Which part of Germany are you, and what's the cost of living like? Because people were bashing me that I only talk about the salary and I don't talk about the cost of living, and it's useless to know the salary and don't know how much you can actually save after your expenses. So how much is like rent in your area? Where are you as well?
I live in Heidelberg. It's like it was a kind of a tourist city, so it's one of those cities that are a little bit expensive, but not the most expensive places to stay at. And paying for a space here. So if you're living alone, living in let's assume you're living in a studio apartment, you're going to be paying somewhere around €600 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's plus or minus €600 a month, depending on if you have to pay your water and light bills or you don't have to. For instance, I don't have.
What about, let's say, a 2-bedroom?
If you move to a 2-bedroom, then it is somewhat cheaper, because then you're paying somewhere around 700 or 800.
Because this payslip is London, it's a London payslip. In London, you're getting a 2-bedroom for like 1,200. So you see, so that means when it comes to cost of living, Germany is much better. But what about life there in general? What about the immigration rules for you? Were trained in Nigeria, right?
Yes, I was trained in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. So what are the immigration rules? Do you get once you move there? Do you get passports? Like, what happens in Germany?
We all wish we got passports immediately we came, but we didn't. But when you come, You get like a provisional visa that lasts for like 3 months or 6 months, depending on what you came to do. And then you get another one that lasts for about 2 years. This is a perfect situation. Sometimes there are other factors that come in. So you get another 2 years on that. And when that 2 years elapses, you can now get the PR, the permanent residence. And then after the permanent residence, you can now start applying for a passport.
So your permanent residency, it takes approximately 2.5 years to get.
In a very perfect situation, which is never so. Because in some cases, you were advised to get another residence permit before you can get the,
Okay, I see. And what the challenge, like the language, how did you learn?
So, okay, I would say what is now. I don't want to talk about what was, because what was you come to Germany, you learn the language first, you stay away from all work, and then that would take like 8 months for you to finish, or even a year for you to finish. And then somewhere in between that, you start integrating yourself into the medical system. But now what is you can actually come to Germany and get a caregiver job. And then under that caregiver job, you can start learning your language with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But I'm really happy. So you get around the same figure every single month.
Yeah.
What if with the high cost of living and all that, does it change?
Okay, so we striked too sometime last year, and then we were promised an increase in salary that should start next year. But before then, we were giving something to pacify. So they gave, first of all, they gave 1,500 euros sometime last year on top, not taxed. Then they gave 1,200 euros this year, not taxed. And they're still supposed to give 750 euros sometime this year, again, not taxed. I was going to ask, do you also have the 13th month salary?
Okay, so in the NHS, they are paid monthly. So I think it's 12. But personally, I get the 13 month because it's every 28 days.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, we get about the 13 month salary too.
Okay, so for those who are confused, can you explain to them what the 13 month salary is?
Okay, in Germany we call it Weihnachtsgeld. It means Christmas money. So
okay,
so it's paid sometime in November, preparing for December, and you're paid on your brutto account. You're paid this double amount of your basic salary.
Wow! So in November in Germany, you are paid double amount just for Christmas.
Yeah, you're paid double. But the truth being said, the double doesn't always come up as double after all the deductions happen.
But it's still some form of increments, which is nice.
Yeah. Wow, it's a very pacifying form of increment.
Wow.
So I hope you love watching this video. This was so informative. I hope you love watching every minute of it. Like I said on the video, if you have any more questions, hit me in the comment section or hit me on my contacts right here, also in the description box. All my social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everyone, what have you. Hit me up there and we will talk more on this topic. I love you guys. I hope you love watching this video. Like, we loved making it. Thank you, Nanelle Gizelda, for making this video with me. This video is amazing and it is so informative. For everyone out there, make sure you watch it and I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Oh, I forgot. Thank you so much, Nanelle.